Hello and welcome to another episode of Pirate Sports Talk with Doug and Mike. I'm your host, Doug Santelli.
And I'm your co-host, Mike Frieder.
How you doing today?
Doing great. Great meal last night.
Yeah, I was going to say, long time no see.
NEW Sports Radio banquet that we had last night. Compliments of Mr. Learman.
That was very nice.
We went to Rustique.
Yeah, that was the old, I think it was the Pie in the Sky.
It used to be the old Pie in the Sky, right?
Yeah.
Had pizza and talked sports a little bit. And great time spending it with Sam Plum and yourself, and your parents were there.
Yeah.
Mr. Tellner was there, and Rich from the press. And
that was nice to meet him.
Chris,
I didn't
man.
know who it was.
Does a great job covering high school sports right now for us. And he's really doing a lot of stuff to promote Bayport, so it was great to see him there last night, too.
Yeah, that was a really good meal. Please go to Rustique. It is on the pricey side, but it is really good.
That was outstanding.
It was. You guys had, listen, we had the margarita pizza.
Yeah, I kind of had a little margarita, a little pepperoni.
Sam had the mac and cheese.
Yes, he did.
I think it
Looked
was like,
unique. You were eating it, though.
I ate one. No, I had two pieces.
I was going to say,
Who
who ate the last piece?
I did.
I saw that. I
did.
see that you saw that.
Is it rude to eat the last piece?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
I guess so.
We'll see how Sam treats you from now on. That's probably.
But he told me to take it though. But like he wasn't too happy though.
You could tell? You could sense it?
I could sense, yeah.
Part of reading nonverbals, you know.
I shaved too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Thank you.
We got any
The
sports to
haircut?
talk about? Talk to me about this, though, Doug, before we start. You've been doing this now. You did hockey, and now you've been doing
Correct.
the show. And what has it meant to you? How much have you learned through working with Chris and doing hockey and doing this show as a Bayport student? What have you learned?
Well, I learned from Mr. Learman on how to broadcast correctly, I guess you could say, and just say the correct things. So like when you're calling the games on the radio, always say the time, because that's what the people, the time and the score, that's what they're always worried
Sure.
about. You know, that's
Exactly.
what I tune into, and I tried doing that, but I'm more into the play. I wasn't like looking at the clock, because at Cornerstone the clocks are in different places.
It's hard to see sometimes.
So, but usually when I did it, I usually did it when the whistle stops.
Okay.
So but I
about
I gotta
confidence?
get better.
How much
And confidence. First game I did, that was that was in, I think it was November 21st. I think it was when we played GBU.
Okay.
They forfeited on the 18th, I believe. It was supposed to be a Friday night, but they forfeited because they only had 3 players. Then
Okay.
they came back on Tuesday night, and then they had 13 players, I think, to our 18 or something.
So that night, pretty nervous?
I did the third period. I was a little nervous.
Feel more comfortable now?
I was
in front
feeling
of
more
the mic?
comfortable doing it, and then that last broadcast I went was for when we played Sheboygan.
Right.
That was at the Olympic rink.
Yep. Pretty emotional, too, isn't it? Once it's done and...
Yeah, when we lost to Notre Dame in the regional,
Yeah.
that was pretty heartbreaking. I wasn't expecting it to happen like that.
Right,
But
right.
the Pirates played the hard outs. They did very good. So, and to make it that far too, the season that they had was kind of off and on, but they came back. They went to the playoffs, went to the regionals, and lost to Notre Dame.
And now you're
3-2.
moving on to Northern Michigan.
Yeah, I am going on. I'm going on to bigger, better things.
That's better?
Well,
Bigger.
Bigger. Yes.
How does it get any better than this?
It doesn't.
Oh, well, then how could
It
you
does.
be going on to better
Well,
things?
doing live shows
Oh, okay.
on the campus radio.
You didn't mean it to offend.
No,
Any
nothing to
means.
offend you.
Okay,
No,
just checking.
nothing to offend you.
I'd walk right out. That was the case.
Nothing to offend you at all.
Just making sure.
Nothing to offend you.
All right. So any sports coverage that we have today?
Yes, we have the girls soccer. So they played, and 2 weeks ago.
They did. I was there.
You were. I don't think you were on the radio.
No, I was not. I was just there spectating.
Learman didn't have you on the radio?
I don't think he wanted me that day. It hurt too. Did.
We should have brought that up last night.
I did. He didn't seem to care. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So they played the West Appear Phantoms, and that was on April 12th. And the Pirates won 4-1 that game.
They did 1-0 at half, so it was pretty tight at half. And Coach Mirage played a lot of her players. Matter of fact, everybody in the first half, I think, and wants to get a feel for her team here. And we got a very good soccer team. We talked about that before on this show, and they're traveling down to Madison this weekend. They're going to play DC Everest and Anago down there at 12-2 tomorrow. So it'll be
Shouldn't be
interesting.
canceled.
Shouldn't be canceled. They're going to play on the turf down there, and we could probably talk about them next week.
Okay, sounds good. And then Erica Hess had a hat trick in that game. Now, as I mentioned before, Erica Hess, I believe she had 25 goals last season.
So a hat trick.
Yeah, she had a hat trick. She had
Right.
three goals.
Three goals.
in
Where
the
did the
game.
hat trick get its name? This is the part
Well-
where it's stump Dougie.
Yes, this is a
You
stump.
got the stump Mr. Frieder part?
Yep.
And now you're a hockey guy. Hat trick is a common hockey term. Why is it
Well-
named hat trick?
I'm not exactly sure on that one. You
So-
you got me on that
I got
one.
you on that one. Okay. I'm up 1-0.
But that was a long time ago when it did become a thing, and then they got the Gordie Howe hat trick. You get a goal, assist, and a fight in one game.
Oh. So we don't know how hat trick was originated.
No, I don't exactly know
We're
that
going to
one.
look that up.
We are, and
Okay.
we'll
Get back
we'll
to the
report
Pirate
back next
Nation.
week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good stump question.
Thanks.
I should ask you that.
Well, I'll know next week if you ask me.
That's true now. That's true. And then I got the regional stuff that Chris put out there now, and the girls soccer regionals start Thursday, May 31st. So that'll be interesting to see what happens to that. The girls can hopefully get some more games in before that happens. And then I'll be done with high school by then. All the seniors will be done on May 30th.
That's correct. Well,
On the Thursday.
graduation's actually that Sunday, so you won't officially be done.
Correct.
Till Sunday.
But we won't come back that Friday, though.
Right. That's assuming you'll be going through graduation.
Hopefully.
Right. Everyone's
I'm
hoping.
hoping.
Right.
I'm hoping.
You never know, Ryan. Ryan, right?
Nate.
Nate. Nate's is Ryan our other camera guy?
Well, he helps out once in a
No,
while.
it's Nate and
When
Travis.
he can't. Yeah, Travis.
We have two people today in the viewing audience.
We do.
Last
we do.
week we only had one.
No, that
Yeah,
was 2
Mr.
weeks
Wallner.
ago. Was that what was?
So if we keep
was that
doubling,
Wallner 2 weeks
if
ago?
we keep doubling our audience, we're gonna need a bigger room.
Well, I think this room's pretty well big. Well, I mean, what are you thinking to go in the
Well,
auditorium?
1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64.
We could do this in the auditorium.
Probably could do go live from the auditorium.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
All right, and then
Not only, but not if one person came, then it would just be kind of awkward.
yeah,
What else we got?
and then the softball regionals start Wednesday, May 23rd, and then the baseball regionals start Tuesday, May 29th, and then the state track meet is at St. Norbert this year.
The sectional track meets at St.
Is it
Norbert this
sectional?
year.
Okay,
State track
my
meets
bad.
always at La Crosse.
Okay.
That'll be on Friday and Saturday before graduation.
Oh, hopefully they can pull out a win.
They have a good chance. I think the boys definitely have a good chance to win a state championship.
Well, they can't run right now.
Well, they can run, it's just the
Well,
tracks.
yeah, but on the track,
Right.
so.
You can't have a track meet. They can
Correct.
run.
So now so now this is the thing, like, I'm not a big track person, maybe, but this seems kind of like a dumb question. But when you think that the FR or the WIAA, knowing that everything's being canceled and everything, when you
Right.
think that they would move all the running stuff inside to the gym and then wait for the field stuff until the field dries up? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, why don't they have, like, in the gyms and
Well,
stuff?
we have indoor track meets.
Right. But why don't they have those now instead of just waiting for...
Well, because we brought all the stuff outside, all the equipment outside, now all the snow was on the equipment, now we can
Right.
get the equipment back inside.
But like running all the relays and stuff.
Yeah, but we're gonna be ready Monday for a track meet. We're gonna go to some prairie tonight and
Oh,
run a
okay.
track meet. We'll be ready Monday to be outside and run a track meet. That's the hope that Mr. Newthals, I think, and Mr. Murphy have, that Monday will be our first outdoor track meet. And I think it's nice out there, so we should be ready to go Monday.
Yeah, the snow's melting, and that was a huge snowstorm we got.
It was.
We
Never
broke
seen
a
anything like
record
it.
from 1907.
It's a long time ago.
It was over 100 years ago.
Not sure what Travis was doing in 1907. Travis?
He's got no comment.
Nope.
And then from what I read too is that the FRCC is adjusting its high school spring sports schedules to accommodate for the games that were canceled due to the weather. And then the FRCC varsity baseball season will consist of 9 games starting on May 1st, and then any games that have already been played will be counted as non-conference matchups.
Correct. So now we got a 9-game season. That means everyone's tied for first pretty much halfway through the year because we haven't played a game yet.
Right. And then the softball games will now consist of double headers. At the beginning the last weekend of April, and then all the other spring sports will be rescheduled by host schools on an individual basis.
Right, so Mr. Motz, our athletic director, is working frantically trying to reschedule everything, but they all met this week to kind of put a plan together at least.
That's a tough thing to do, is
It is.
reschedule everything.
Sometimes you got to reschedule the rescheduled games.
Oh, sure.
That's even more discouraging because all the work you did
Is now
wasn't
gone.
worth it. Correct.
Correct. And then since the Pirates are delayed and everything with all the sports, you covered the soccer. We're going to go on to pro sports.
Pro sports. Wow, we're expanding the show.
We are. Well, just because
What are we talking
of
about first?
the NHL playoffs.
Oh, Give me the abridged version. Short version.
Okay. So the Vegas Golden Knights are moving on. First
I
team.
think they're going to win. They've never lost a Stanley Cup.
Well, they never won a Stanley Cup, but they never lost in the
They've
the
never
playoffs.
lost. They've never lost in the playoffs.
Right. First team in expansion history.
Right? So they've never lost a Stanley Cup yet.
Right. So that's so they're the first team to go on to the second round, waiting on So now they're gonna play the Sharks. Now they beat the Ducks on Tuesday night. So
The Vegas is going to play who?
is the San Jose Sharks.
What's the
And the
Vegas
second-
nickname?
Vegas Golden Knights.
Ooh, the Golden Knights against the Sharks.
Yeah.
I'm going with
And
the Golden Knights on that one.
well, the Golden Knights are 3-0-1 against the Sharks this season.
Well, that probably bodes pretty well for the Golden Knights, doesn't it?
Well, the Sharks have a good team too.
Okay.
I think they can.
Who's going to win it all?
Well, in my bracket, I have Vegas and Tampa. I have the Lightning, and I have the Lightning
You
winning
know who's
it.
a big Lightning fan?
Mr. Hebert.
Mr. Hebert.
He was a Wings fan, but now he converted.
How did that happen?
I have no idea.
We'll have to ask him. Maybe he should be on the show giving some NHL information.
He should be.
Okay.
I think that sounds like a good idea. And then, so they'll play the Sharks in the second round. Oh, excuse me, that was on Wednesday night that the Sharks beat the Ducks. They beat them 2-1, and that was another sweep. So we have 2 sweeps already.
The floor's clean.
Huh? Oh, exactly.
Floor's
Yes.
clean, right?
It is.
It is.
It is.
2
So they go out of a 7-game series. So they got to win 4.
Yep.
And they won all 4. Both teams did, and should be pretty good. And then the Penguins beat the Flyers on Wednesday in Game 4 in Philly, and the Pens lead that series 3-1. And then the ex-Red Wings player Riley Shahan scored his first playoff goal.
Good for him.
Yeah, he hasn't scored all season.
Wow. So he scored the first not only playoff goal, but goal of the season.
Correct, yeah. And then that game is tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern on NBC-SN. Should be a good game.
Watching that one?
I'll be watching that one.
Okay.
I'm watching all these games.
I'm watching the Bucks tonight.
We'll get to that after this. We'll talk about the NBA. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs next.
Yeah. Oh, good. Is that my part?
Yeah, that could be your part.
Okay, outstanding. Are we done with the hockey yet?
No, we're not yet. And then the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the New Jersey Devils 3-1 on Wednesday. Tampa Bay leads that series 3-1, and then Game 5 is tomorrow night at Tampa at 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC.
You'll be watching that.
I'll be watching that one. I'm watching all these games.
It's outstanding. I'll have to watch a few maybe. I've
Yeah,
never
it's-
watched a hockey game beginning to end.
You never.
Never.
Well, at Bayport.
Well, here, professional NHL.
Okay, all right. They're fun to watch.
I heard that. I do watch a little bit. But
It's exciting in the third.
yeah, when it gets close, kind of like any
Yeah.
other sport. You get down to the end, and who's going to make a big play, who's going to hit a home run, who's going to get a goal.
Correct, yeah.
So I think it's that way in almost every sport. Make a
Except
big
for
putt at the
wrestling.
end. Wrestling?
Well, I mean,
WWE?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or the MMA.
Oh, MMA, that's different.
Yeah, that's
Because you never know what's going to end.
correct.
Right.
You don't know
Could
who's
end
going to
at
get
any
knocked
time.
out.
It's not like hockey, like first guy scores a goal in a minute, the game ain't over. It's still
Right.
It's different.
Yeah. And then the Smashville Predators beat the Avs on Wednesday 3-2. Preds lead that series 3-1. And then the Preds defenseman PK Subban, which is an ex-Montreal Canadian defenseman, he's good.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. He's really, really good. His strength, and then also with his game playing, he knows how to score. He knows where to bring the puck in the ice. Oh, yeah.
Pretty multifaceted, multi-talented player.
Oh, very multi-talented.
You need that.
He's a good defenseman.
Outstanding.
I'm surprised that the Canadians got rid of him. But,
I wasn't because I didn't know the Canadians had him.
right.
Right, so I was also not surprised by that.
And then their goaltender Pecorine for Smashville is pretty good. So they call him Smashville, but it's from Nashville.
Oh, little play on words there.
Yeah. Because they smash cars for the playoffs, so they get old beat up cars and then they
Nathan,
paint.
you know that? Oh,
Yeah.
you a hockey guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
who's
a
gonna win
Rangers
it
fan.
all?
I'm thinking Tampa.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Mr. Hebert would be like to hear that.
He would. He should have joined our bracket, but he did
I
not.
should have joined your bracket.
I put it out on Twitter.
I know, but I don't know I wouldn't know what I was doing.
We just, well, just pick
What's
teams.
new, right?
Well.
I mean, I know you were thinking it.
No. No. No, he's a Rangers fan.
Rangers fan. Okay. It's not his fault.
What do you mean? No, they're a good team.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're still in it?
No, they're not in the playoffs.
Well, then they're not very good.
Well, they had a good season. They had a good run at the end.
But if you don't make the playoffs, you're not.
Well,
I'm just saying.
yeah. Yeah, they got rid of a lot of good players.
What else we got?
James' fault.
Is that it?
No.
We got more hockey?
Oh, there's more hockey. Don't worry.
The show's going to be like 3 hours this week.
No. Game 5 tonight for the Preds and Avs starts at 9:30 Eastern on NBC.
That's way
SN
past my
after
bed.
the Flyers and Pens
That's
game.
way past my
Oh, it's a Friday night. Come on. It's a
Doesn't
Friday
matter.
night.
You got to get your sleep.
You should have slept last night pretty good.
I did. I had a lot of pizza in my stomach.
I know.
Ate a lot.
That was good pizza.
It was.
And then the Wild and Jets play tonight. The Wild are at the Jets, and that game is on USA Network at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. The Jets lead that series 3-1, and the Jets will be one player short. Defenseman for the Jets, Josh Morrissey, has been suspended a game for cross-checking forward Eric Stahl in the head.
Can't do that.
No, Stahl was in front of the net, and Morrissey comes up and cross-checks him right in the face. So he got suspended one game. I thought there should be more than one game, but maybe he learned his
lesson. It doesn't
lesson.
matter what you think, Doug.
I know it doesn't.
That's
That's all up to NHL player safety and
Right.
and Brendan Shanahan. So another kind of a dirty player back then, but now he's head of player safety.
Ironic.
I know, right?
It is.
I know, just like with Jeremy Roenick, he should be on player safety because of what he did. He played in the 90s with the Flyers and the Blackhawks.
Gotcha.
A lot of suspensions for him.
Nothing to be proud of.
Nothing to be proud of. I wouldn't be proud of it. There was no penalty during the game, which was surprising. Very surprising that there was no penalty assessed. So, see what happens to that one. And then, now we're almost done here. Got one thing left.
We got a lot of hockey stuff today.
We do.
We
Lot.
do.
Well, there's
I'm learning a lot.
16 teams and 8 teams in each
I'm learning a
conference. The Blue Jackets and Caps series is tied at 2. The Caps won Game 4 last night at Columbus. They won 4-1. Ovechkin has been pretty quiet in this series. Do you know who Alex Ovechkin is?
He's been pretty quiet, I heard.
Yeah, he's
That
not.
means he hasn't scored any goals.
He hasn't scored many goals. Hasn't.
It doesn't
been-
mean he was like talking quietly.
Oh, right,
Just
right.
hasn't scored
Correct.
anything.
Right.
Checking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you know who he is?
Yeah, he's a hockey player. He's one of the best in the world, I think. Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah.
I'd say he is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's pretty good.
He plays for a team in red and white.
Yep.
Right, that's all I know.
The Washington Capitals.
Washington Capitals. I've
He's
seen
in-
his jerseys around because he's probably,
He's pretty good.
yeah, and his jersey sells
His,
a lot.
and his nickname is called the Great Eight, after the Great One of Wayne Gretzky.
Oh.
So they call him the Great Eight.
Makes sense.
I don't find him that great.
You know, Wayne Gretzky's daughter married Dustin Johnson, the real good #1 ranked golfer in the world.
Really?
Yes, it's true.
Wow. Okay. I learned something.
Well, that's why you're here, Doug.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So the Jackets, they play tomorrow night at 3 p.m. on NBC.
You'll be watching that one.
I will be watching that one.
Sounds like you're watching a lot of hockey this weekend, Doug.
I will be, but I will watch the Bucks though too.
Tonight, Bucks.
Yep.
Play the Celtics.
Right?
Bucks down 2-0. Back to Milwaukee, back to the Bradley Center. Bucks had a chance in that first game. Chris Middleton hit a tough 3 there at the end. It would get to overtime. And Bucks kind of came out flat in overtime and got beat in that first game. Giannis has been outstanding like he's been all year. I'm thinking one of the best players in the NBA, no question. Second game, they come out, don't play very good defense. Eric Bledsoe's really struggled at the point, and so Bucks are down 2-0. Half-court offense, not real good. They got to push the ball up the court, get things going tonight. But back at the Bradley Center, they'll be moving out of the Bradley Center next year to their new facility.
Yeah, I know.
So this could be the last 2 games in the Bradley Center unless the Bucks can keep this series going. So that one will be interesting tonight. Milwaukee should be rocking, and it should be a good place. I'm really interested though in this Cavs series. Cavs are playing the Indianapolis Pacers, and it's been a good one. It's 1-1 right now. LeBron came out and scored like 16 straight the other night.
I know he got 46 points
Total.
I know.
It's first 16 of the game, but Pacers come back and almost win that game. So I'm thinking, I like the Pacers in that series. I really do. Those are the 2 series I'm really watching closely right now. Bucks, I'm not Just not real happy with how they're playing right now.
Well, I was talking to Shenzi today, actually, right before
He's a
I
basketball
came
guy.
down here, and I asked him, like, what can the Bucks do better? Because I know he's a big Bucks person, like what can they do better to help out their game? He said they need defense.
They do. They don't play
If they
much
can
of
have a
that.
solid defense, then they'd be a little bit of a
Half-court
solid team.
offense is not very good.
Correct.
Right. But
I'm
we'll
not much
see.
for basketball, but I do know that, and
We'll see what happens. So those are the two series I'm watching. I think, and you got Golden State and Houston, I think, on the other side that are going to kind of run the table there and play each other's in that semifinal. And watch out for Toronto, the Raptors.
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing Raptor Golden State NBA championship.
okay. Would you see LeBron James' comments after they beat the Pacers?
Pacers.
Would you see what he said? He said that we got lucky.
Well, I think they did. I mean, he scored half their points, and
Right.
they barely won the game. And I think if LeBron James has to score 46 every game, they're not going to win games.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to have to get some scoring from some other guys to win some games. And so I think what
and they
he's
got to work
saying.
as a team.
What?
And they got to work as a team.
They do. And so LeBron can take over. He's the best player in the NBA. I don't think there's any question about that. He might not get the MVP. I think that's going to go to Harden from Houston. But I think in my mind, he's the best player. We'll see what happens. I don't see Cleveland making the finals this year.
Okay.
I think it'll be the first time LeBron's not in the finals in the last 7 years, possibly.
Wow.
Take that, Ovechkin.
Exactly.
Right.
How many teams has James played for?
Well, he played for Cleveland, and he played for the Heat, and then
I know he
back
played
to
for the
Cleveland.
Heat.
That's it, too.
Oh, just the two. Okay.
I'm thinking.
So he can't really stay at one place. He's going back and forth.
Well,
which is
that-
kind of good for them. One team gets one hit, and then they can go back and get
He
another
went
one.
back home, won a title, and now he's talking about maybe going out to L.A., free agent, be a Laker. We'll see if that happens. Not
And,
sure.
Well, and he's getting up there in age, too.
He's not getting any younger.
Well, I know.
None of us are.
Not exactly.
Right, Nathan?
If we could, we'd be millionaires.
It'd be interesting if we all went back a day.
I know.
Some days I'd like to have over.
Well, would you rather be 45 and have 50 million in the bank, or be 10 again and relive all the stuff you did?
Ooh. I don't know. It's a good question. Good philosophical question here on the broadcast. But
Yeah.
we're running out of time, aren't we?
No.
Oh, well, I am, because I got a meeting at 11. It's 11:10.
Oh, sorry.
You got Stump Mr. Frieder today?
Yeah, we do.
We have anything more?
Let's
Let's go right to
there's
Stump
nothing-
Mr. Frieder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk about the Brewers next
Talk
week.
about Brewers next week. 3-game winning streak. They're playing Miami right now. They won last night. Big win. Was it 12-3?
Yes, it
They
was
got
12-3.
3 more against Miami. They could extend that winning streak till 6, get about 5 above 500, and be right in the race. And we'll talk Brewers next week.
Sounds good.
What questions you have for me today, Doug?
Okay, so we have
Brewers.
all-
We're talking Brewers.
Yep, we have all Brewer questions. So the Brewers signed this free agent outfielder from the Minnesota Twins after this player led the American League in RBI 1977. Who was the free
Oh,
agent?
1977?
But he tore his rotator cuff.
An outfielder in 1977.
Right.
He tore his rotator cuff.
In
Boy.
1979.
I don't know. I'll say Mark Brohard.
No, Larry Heisel.
Larry Heisel. Oh, great player. Big power hitter back in 77. Got it. Next.
Which Brewer led the team in hits in 1982?
1982, I was a sophomore in high school. Number 19, Rockin' Robin Yount.
Yep, correct.
Thank you.
And then we have one for the Seattle Pilots. Were around only 1 year.
Seattle Pirates,
Which
I was
year?
born in 1966. Seattle Pirates, Brewers kind of came around 1970, 4 or 5 years old. I'm going 1969.
You're good.
Bingo! Another one.
You should get this one correct.
Okay.
Who is the voice of the Brewers?
The Uke.
There you go.
Bob Uecker.
Good job. You got most of them correct.
Thank you. I'm getting better.
You are.
I'm,
Well, because it was Brewer questions, so you know them.
well, yeah, the first question was the circumference of a baseball the first week.
Well, it was how many inches are in a circumference?
No.
of a
You said, what is the circumference of a baseball? Go back and check the tape. You didn't say
Okay.
inches. I
Okay.
said the distance around it.
Correct. Okay.
That was
Doug.
correct, and you said I was wrong.
And that was my fault.
I'd have to.
But
agree
then I
with you
corrected
there.
myself
Right.
into inches.
Let's
and
wrap
you
this
said-
up,
All
Doug.
right, sounds good. So that's all the time we have here at Pirate Sports Talk with Doug and Mike. We'll see you later, and have a good weekend.
Have a great week, everybody.